My dad, the deadbeat white one, dated exclusively Japanese women from like when I was really young. So
Is your dad like into Asian before?
he's an Asian fetishizer.
Okay.
Yeah, he like dated my mum who's like Sri Lankan Tamil, and then after that he was like, okay, exclusively Japanese women, not even just East Asian women or Asian women in general, no, just like specifically Japanese women. Like there were sites just for that.
That's messed up.
Welcome to Emotional Labor. This is a show where we do the discourse so you don't have to. I'm joined today by Pent Pop.
Hi.
Ow in the comment. There we go. I hear some gallatry, K-Tronada, maybe even a little bit of Fume and Fake Mink.
Oh, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, I fuck with all those artists. I'm not inspired by Fake Mink, but like K-Tronada's fire. I had a playlist of things that inspired the Furfag EP. Sam Galachi was in there, so you're free on it.
Yeah. Minimal instrumentals, really focused on the groove of your voice. You've compared different kinks to different sound palettes.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna throw some micro genres your way, and if you could tell me what kinks they remind you of, we can see if they're accurate. Botanica.
I don't even know what Botanica is.
The twinkly one where it's like garden sounds, bird calls.
Like Frailty. Frailty's Botanica?
Yeah.
Wait.
Take your time.
Is Botanica like a plant?
Botany plants.
I don't know anyone who's into plants.
You want to get bored by a big Venus flytrap from Little Shop of Horror.
Yes, but I don't think when I hear Frailty, I'm not thinking about vor.
Dogging, not in the furry fashion, but like the British fucking outside, right? That's kind of, you're hearing bird calls. I'm a piano.
I don't even know what I'm a piano is.
South African, West African style of like house music, club music.
I have no idea.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not good with my micro genres.
I would say that's kind of a macro genre though.
It's a big one.
Future based.
The most generic furry kink. Because there's so many furries who make future bass. Probably people into pause. It's like the most common pretty generic. Something basic.
Bedwetting.
I don't know if bedwetting is that common.
Piss cake. Pretty common.
Piss kinks are more common than people that aren't. Furries think about piss kinks the way normal people think about feet kinks. The level of how underground it is. It's well known that people are into it. Sure. Furries will pretend that it's weird, but like a lot of them will secretly like it.
While we're on the kink discourse, I'm not personally into the piss kink, not R. Kelly, that shit. Nothing against them. It's just also a fluid. It comes out the same place. I can see the connection. I think that's less weird than feet.
Feet are way more dirty than piss. Piss, you can get away with drinking and you're probably gonna be fine.
Well, it's a medical warning. I have to say that the urea concentration can sometimes be dangerous. Too much nitrogen. Avoid drinking too much piss.
Obviously, piss is not holistically a safe thing to drink.
It's not actually sterile. People say that.
From a sanitary point of view, it's safer to drink someone's piss than suck their toes.
I think you're right. Because who knows what those toes have fucking been.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's enough, John. Yif is to OG Fortnite, as Glomp is to blank.
I don't even know what glomp means. As in like the
Glomp.
MLP.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like an MLP word.
They're furries. Bronies are crypto furry.
I think so, but you get in heat with some bronies. Oh, we're not furries. Bronies who don't identify with furries. It's what's associated with furry culture rather than definition.
Why would you rather be associated with bronies? Pick your enemy.
Bronies are a dying species. You can still continuously make evolving art about brony culture, like Violet Pony. Violet Pony's goated. But furry culture is not attached to a single piece of media. The consumer culture within furry is quite different.
All the bronies either transitioned or became right-wing streamers.
Yeah. There's so many right-wing bronies.
It's such a litmus test. When you have something that's really cute and really girly, you're gonna attract three groups of people. Little girls, people who have had to repress their femininity for a long time, maybe adult cis transgender women with a traumatic past, and pedophiles who want to fuck little girls. Little girls in the form of horses, so it's kind of little girls, women, and pedophiles.
Yeah, I'm not that tapped into the brony community. I don't know if MLP was like my generation.
Because you're... No disrespect to the hags out here.
I'm 22.
Grew up with like Equestria girls.
Dog, I didn't watch Equestria Girls. Is that the one where ponies were humans?
Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Not even furry. What kind of furry cartoons were you into?
Disney shit.
Watch Lion King 2.
On repeat.
The boy lion, darker. He's got like messy hair. He's good, but he looks like Scar. And everyone's really mean to him. I was watching that when I was like 6. Like, oh my god. I'm a gay furry.
I grew up with Pokemon. Pokemon is very furry. Is it? Okay.
Cyndaquil.
Which one is Cyndaquil again?
Smash. I don't know. The one that kind of looks like a woman. Green hair. White dress.
God of War.
Oh, I'm probably thinking of God of War. I've said the wrong one. I've probably said like a little rodent instead. I don't want to fuck the rodent. I want to fuck the lady Pokemon, just to be clear.
If the whole idea of furry is animals with human characteristics, most Pokemon have human characteristics.
Isn't it more humans with animal characteristics?
Wait, what? Okay, it's kind of a spectrum.
There's the chart.
I'm being woke about this.
Do you think that the average British person is able to distinguish things that they are disgusted by from things that they think are actually morally wrong?
No. There's quite an intersection with what people naturally feel. Disgust is often a negative feeling. You want that thing to also be wrong. The difference between depravity and immorality. Something can be depraved but not immoral. It's important for people to explore that. If they don't understand, then they have a much shallower relationship with how they engage with art, as well as people. Art's an expression of people. Being more conscious about how depravity is expressed in art and what that says about morality. It's not always one-to-one.
Do you think British people are more depraved or more repressed than other places?
Oftentimes in countries where expression is more repressed, you get people who are secretly really evil.
Like Japan, high key.
Yeah, it's high key. They got separate trains. They're doing something wrong. British people are associated with being more withheld with expression. Growing up, whenever there was an American person in the room, everyone would notice because they're just the loudest.
Real.
A lot of my British friends who aren't on the internet like me just find American people annoying.
Fucking America. I used to say that all the time when someone was like bad at school. I'd be like, "It's giving America."
Yeah, I see a lot of crazy American people doing crazy shit. They're not afraid of being outward about it. It's not necessarily true that people who act normal are freaky. When I say freaky, I mean freaky and like just doing bad things. But maybe I should. The difference between disgust and morality. There are some immoral people in America.
I've hated Americans all my life. I went there last year. Everyone was so nice. Everyone was so lovely and pleasant and social and friendly. British people are miserable. British people are horrible. I've been awoken. Americans aren't evil. We're just worse. We're their daddies, low-key.
In London, when you're in public, people don't really talk to each other.
I prefer that to having to talk to British people. That's why London's better. Nothing's worse than interacting with British people.
Sometimes. I had a phase where I was trying to talk to strangers, build up courage, strike up a conversation. They were just confused. Like, why are you talking to me? Do I know you? See what happens. Fuck around and find out. People should embarrass themselves more. If you're not having an embarrassing experience every now and then, you're not really living.
You're always going to be embarrassing to someone. You have to back yourself.
And you can only back yourself by experimenting, doing shit in the world.
The vast majority of furries are either gay, trans, or autistic from an Anthrocon survey. 83 to 90% of furries surveyed have been white. If you look at countries like Japan, they've had an absence of furry culture in the same way up until fairly recently. We're kind of seeing like...
The furry scene is blowing the fuck out.
Their suits are way better than ours.
They're just top of it.
Why do you think that the furry scene in, I guess, the UK and the US is so white?
We're both Asian.
I'm Asian, technically.
Okay, you're white.
Sorry.
In Asian culture, people don't fuck with queer stuff as much. Since furries are predominantly queer, obviously white people can have parents who don't accept them.
No. They're all just like, here's your hormones. Here's your gay boyfriend.
The relationship with queer culture is a bit different. The white-leaning demographic.
Something that I hear white people be shocked by is the idea of your family not accepting your identity, but still wanting you to have grandchildren. That's somewhat alien to white people because they can't conceive of... I don't know, maybe it's public and private phase. Family is a community.
My parents are okay with me not having kids. But that might be easier for them because my brother is straight and Christian. My brother used to be pretty rebellious as a teenager. He'd go out and climb strange buildings and do drugs. My parents struggled a lot with that. But then he turned to Jesus.
Jesus.
It's not that I feel like my parents don't love me, but there's separation between the Christian side of the family and the stuff that I am interested in exploring. The church that I grew up with was full of Chinese people. Chinese culture as well as Christian culture. Two quite stereotypically homophobic cultures breeding together. In church there was no one. Nah, there was another person who was queer. No one else knew except for me. No one out.
Can you be gay and a Christian?
I think so. I know some people who live very forwardly queer lives, but one of them is Christian and one of them is Jewish. I was discussing with them how they navigate that. People have different conceptions of God. I definitely still struggle with it. I don't consider myself atheist. I'm still comfortable exploring ideas that would be considered religious just to figure out stuff. Figure out my sense of purpose. The idea that there is no God makes life feel empty in some way. I'm sympathetic to that. I don't want to believe in a God just because I'm coping with existential lack of purpose if there is no God.
I'm coping. I could live in existential dread, but I also could not. But then it also comes with so many other problems. How Catholic can I really be if I can't go to church, or I can't be with my family who's religious? You are kind of cut off from religion.
One of the ironic things of Christianity is Jesus hung out with so many fucked up people.
He was cut up right of the femboys.
Dog, if Jesus was alive now, his crew would be queer as hell.
He would look like Conchita Wurst giving Jonathan Van Ness. He'd be cunty.
It's just ignorant as hell for people to call themselves Christians when they're so unaccepting. Their role model is supposed to be this person who hangs out with prostitutes.
And eunuchs, like that's me. The biblical word for eunuch included transvestites.
What eunuch means. They just read that in their church service.
Do you really see Luigi Mangione on Bark?
Yeah, Luigi Mangione DMs me on Bark every now and then. He's not talking to the public, but he sends me DMs from Bark.
So his prison phone up his ass. He puts in a little plastic bag.
Yeah.
The Habana. Have you seen prisoner TikToks?
No.
There's bare TikToks of like guys in prison doing TikTok dances.
Is it like British? Security's so shit. There's so many videos of people on their phones in UK prisons.
It's overcrowded. The guards don't have enough time. They don't give a shit.
And they're not getting paid enough.
There was this bisexual guy, maybe Arizona State Prison, for like selling Molly. He was like de-gaying himself before going and learning how to not serve as much. But then he was still doing his cunty little videos and his sell.
Making videos, instructing people how to serve less.
Tone it down. When you're in prison, don't say, hi, girlie. It's like, yo, what's good, bro? What's good?
Yeah, that would pop off.
I should have done that when I was in jail. Can you break down the sources of commerce in the puppy community?
Do you mean furries?
Puppies specifically.
There's puppy boys, then there's pups.
Okay, that's true.
You have to specify.
Trans and gay furries who are puppies.
Furries stereotypically either work in art or tech. There's lots of furries who don't, but
Is the money all coming from tech furries?
it might be. There is a lot of money being exchanged. Let's say a $20 bill being passed around.
Even though furries did invent the internet, there's not really a secret cabal of FBI employed furries spend 10 million on fursuits and bankroll every convention.
No, but there are suspiciously wealthy furries. When I go to Hong Kong, my uncle is like, you're not even Chinese. I was trying to explain transness to my mum and dad by explaining the difference between being Chinese genetically and also Chinese culture. I hope I don't get cancelled for this take. Some people don't consider me Chinese because I haven't adopted their cultural values.
Northern Irish, it's literally not on the island of Britain. And it's like, no, Northern Ireland's British. Like, that's trans as fuck. Ethnicity and race is not the same as gender. The spectrum of expression. People like to make these comparisons to blackface. I know trying to do that facile comparison. But the way you are perceived in society changes with both ethnicity and race. There are parallels. Who is more important to society? Trotters or fathers?
I'll take fathers because most queer people I know don't have good fathers. There's probably a need.
Saying it's the fatherlessness causing the LGBT epidemic.
It's not that. If there were more fathers, being a father is more than having a kid. Not to go traditional.
It should be more than just spunking.
You have a kid, you're a dickhead if you just think I'm just their father in the literal sense. They're my offspring, not in the sense of there's certain roles that I should take up.
I'm sure my dad said almost exactly that to me when I was like 8.
Damn, that's sad.
Evolutionarily speaking, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Give me my juice, bro.
My dad was talking to me about gay parents aren't as good as straight parents. And I was like, why are you saying this? And he was like, I was just thinking about it. He'll do this thing where it's clearly targeted conversation.
Popped into my mind. I just hate facts. Just so you know, son.
When I was in high school, I thought that shit was true. I remember arguing with my progressive straight friend. I was queer at the time. How I think gay parents aren't as good.
And you're openly queer to this friend as well. That's peak.
I had some internalized homophobia.
What you debate, bro?
What? Dog, when I was younger, I had that Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder phase. It was peak. I've grown out of it.
You're Asian. I don't get held up. How does that... They hate you.
No, dog, the YouTube algorithm is evil. I definitely got brainwashed. Have you watched Adolescent?
Like that goofy little white kid. Should I kill that girl? The Kirstar was like, we gotta show it in school. Shut the fuck up. Give me some money.
It's a crazy show.
With the dad, the racist guy from This Is England. Fuck you and your chud son. You said that you get more out of furry culture if you engage with it from a romantic perspective.
Using the community that you engage with as a map for meaning. I know that sounds pretentious. I have quite romantic ideas about like a persona, your ideal version of yourself, so that you can become it. I think that sick as fuck can be quite an effective way to look for meaning.
Kind of like alters as form of therapy. VR chats, lots of right-wing accounts with anime girl avatars. I think there's something trans there.
It makes so much sense. When you raise a kid, you teach them stories. Stories are fictional. There's a lot of symbolic virtue. To think that when you become an adult, the value of those symbols gets less. Adults who think that fiction is a waste of time are stupid. There is a reason that throughout every culture in society, you teach kids stories.
As adults, we can delude ourselves into thinking that we can just learn things purely didactically. We're too smart to have to feel things in order to learn them. That's what fiction does for a lot of people, processing these sorts of emotions.
The ideal way to do it. Not like being so absorbed in fiction that you get detached from reality, but just having a strong awareness that to navigate reality, you can't find this value purely through logical reasoning.
Augmenting the meaning you get from spending time with other people with fiction where you can feel emotions which you're not directly having to deal with in the moment.
What's the worst interaction you've had with a furry?
I would have to say just the smell. I've smelled some really pungent furries in my time. Every time I've met a furry in person, I've talked to them. They've been clean and hygienic. But I've been on the con floor. I've walked past some people. I've been in like crowds. I've smelled some musty. Yeah, the stink.
That's fair. There's an event called Yin's Fair. It's like a bathhouse. There's some people who are really into the idea of mask. The yiff that they're into has themes of mask. There's a lot of fake mask enjoyers.
That's me. I'm like, EP, boy smell. And I see it and I'm like, no.
I'm cool with crazy smells.
I wish I was. Since I've been an estrogen, I'm so sensitive to smell now. I'm walking past bins holding my breath every time now. I never used to do that.
Times where I sniff someone's armpit and I'm like, oh, I wish you like smell a bit more.
Like, insufficient aroma.
Have you done that?
I've sniffed an armpit, but I was like, this is what I expected. I haven't sniffed any real disgusting piss. Very hygienic with people I've been with.
With a friend in Italy, we were talking about disgust, whether it should tie in with sex or not.
Does whether or not we wanted
I
to.
think it should be a bit disgusting. There's no running away from it. The part of your brain that's responsible for disgust gets lowered when you're horny. And it makes sense. When you're doing horny shit, you're more likely to do kind of gross shit. There is a biological design for sex to be kind of gross. That part of your brain literally shuts down a bit.
Without being too evo-psych about it, if you look at what sex is, it involves a lot of things that as humans we're encouraged to deter Fred's diseases, inserting yourself into someone else, you're sharing bodily fluid. In lots of other contexts, you don't want someone to be doing that. You don't want to be doing that with a tree or a pig. Just in these very specific circumstances, it makes sense for there to be some sort of disgust threshold.
The same friend in Italy was showing me this perfume designed to smell like piss, cum, blood, and sweat mixed together.
You lost me at shit.
Wait, did I say shit?
Piss, blood, cum, and sweat. If shit's in there, I'm out. I don't like the smell of piss, but I can live with it. Blood and sweat, I like.
Cum. It's a really triggering smell. Is that the most sexual smell that you can get?
Depends on what you mean by the most sexual smell.
I can think of smells which would turn me on more. It's like the essence.
It's the allspark of sex. Blood, shit, and cum. Emotional labor.
Yeah, crazy.
Emotional labor.
What do you mean?
Emotional labor?
Emotional. Oh. Emotional labor.
Call me clingy while you play me. Stick your name into my chest. I played it cool when you were slipping out the scene. I've been my walls. I should've known. I played it cool when you were slipping out. Call me clingy. Now my chest bleed. Deep to the feeling.